Hello Taurus, my name is Keith Haswell and I'm a professional astrologer with 40 years experience in the business and over 30,000 clients worldwide. I turn my attention lately more to the teaching side of astrology, but I'm happy to do your horoscope chart for you free of charge by visiting my website, which will come up on the screen later. And when that does come up on the screen, you can pause it and write it down, and then I'll be happy to do your personal horoscope chart for you and to report to you on your personal impacts in this particular lifetime to do with your social implications and relationship implications. So there's a lot there that I can report to you. It's a written report that's sent to you by email together with your chart, and it's all free of charge for you. Now what I'm going to do for you on this particular video is look at the movements of the planets that have impact upon relationships. All of us have relationships, Taurus, and these relationships can not necessarily just be about love relationships and romantic relationships, but they're relationships with relatives and family and children and friends and intimates and close ones, spouse, partner, business associates, work associates and friends. So there's a variety of relationships that we all form in life, and they're the mainstay of our life really. Now what I'm going to do for you here is to help you to understand more about yourself and also more about what's coming up for you in the month of November in regard to relationships. Now I've written 2 books on astrology, meditation and reincarnation, and there's 12 CDs that are available from my first book, What Really Matters, about these subjects, and then I've got other CDs from my second book, which I won't bother going into here. So just sit back and relax, Taurus, and we'll have some fun together, eh? Now I'm going to put this all on a timeline for you. These cycles are only minor cycles, so they last for 1 or 2 days either side of the date that I give you, and I'll put it on a timeline for you and tell you the type of influences that you're facing during November 2014. Now on the 2nd of November, you're going to have a few secret worries, particularly in personal relationships, and there can be a visit to hospital to see someone. It's a Neptune influence, and you can be rather secretive and deceptive during that time as well. The 4th of November, Taurus, you've got Pluto well aspected to the Sun. A Pluto cycle brings about a lot of change within yourself and gives you a lot of willpower and determination, especially to do with family matters. A lot of social activities revolving around family. On the 7th of November, you've got a full moon influence. Now that's a finishing cycle. That's a finishing cycle. It happens in the first house of your horoscope. So what you've got to do there is you've got to just reflect upon what you've commenced in the previous 2 weeks and consolidate that. And it's not a good time for starting new projects and so forth when you've got a full moon around. Now on the 10th of November, you've got a Jupiterian influence, which will see you perhaps being a little bit secretive or deceptive in relationships. Can see worries particularly about relationships with the people that you work with, and social activities with the people that you work with may not turn out as exactly as you want them to. On the 11th of November, Taurus, you've got a Pluto influence, which will see a lot of inner stress and tension within yourself, particularly in regard to personal spouse relationships and partner relationships, and there's a lot of introspection and reflection there within yourself. On the 12th of November, Taurus, you've got a Neptune influence, which is very positive. Good start for you financially and to do with children, and on the romantic and social side of life, if you're in the market for a relationship, it stimulates interest in music and creative things. On the 13th of November, Taurus, you've got a Saturn influence, which is going to put a damper on things socially, so social activities will probably be obstructed or delayed. There can be problems particularly with people that you work with, so it's best not to go out with people that you work with at that time. Now on the 14th of November, Taurus, you've got a Jupiterian influence, which sees a few secret worries about family members, and there can be some disappointments to do with social involvements with people that you live with. 16th of November sees Pluto influence, which is positive, sees a lot of inner growth and change within yourself. On the 18th of November, you've got a Saturn influence, which does bring a damper onto things, can bring a little bit of ill health, but it does see worries about a family member as well, particularly parents and those who cohabitate with you in the home. On the 22nd of November, you've got a new moon. Now, that's a very important impact in your life, Taurus. Now, a new moon is a period of 2 weeks, or just a little over 2 weeks, that commences and starts new projects and ideas and opens up opportunities for you to commence and start new projects and ideas in the next 2 weeks. It falls in the 8th house of your horoscope, so it's a very good time for you for inner change and transformation within yourself, and also to do with joint finances that you share with your spouse or partner. On the 23rd of November, Taurus, you've got a Jupiterian influence, which does see a few secret worries. You can be a little bit secretive and a little bit deceptive around that time, especially with regard to money matters, and there can be some disappointments focusing through children, and also to do with the romance and social side of your life. On the 26th of November, Taurus, you've got a depressing sort of an influence where you might have frustrations with money and problems in communicating with children and communicating on the social side of your life. The second last one that we come to is on the 27th of November with a Uranus influence. It's going to be very positive. You'll find that relationships can just occur out of the blue. If you're in the market for a relationship, you meet someone under unusual circumstances, 1,000,000 to 1 chance that you would meet them under those circumstances, and friends that you haven't seen for a while can pop into the scene, and also people that you work with. It's very favourable socially with people that you work with, but it's also very beneficial for you spiritually. And the last one we come to, Taurus, is on the 27th of November with a Neptunian influence, and it's a negative influence. It does see secret worries for you, a few insecurities creeping in, especially to do with family matters and the domestic side of life. Now, what I'm offering for you, Taurus, is to go to my website. The website address will pop up on the screen any moment, or if it hasn't done already, and write that down and go to my website and go to the Your Horoscope page, submit your birth details, and then I'll do your horoscope chart for you free of charge, and I'll send that to you by email, together with a very important resume of what's going on in your life in this particular lifetime from your social planets, from the Sun and from Venus, and the placement of them by sign, and also house placement and aspects that they form. So this is not just general stuff, it's for you individually and personally from your personal horoscope, and we'll be able to send that to you together with the email connected with the free CDs that I'm going to send you, and help you to become more of who you really are. So I thank you for your attentiveness here, and I look forward to working further with you, Taurus, should you decide to visit my website. Thank you. If it doesn't pop up on the screen because you might be doing it from a mobile phone or something like that, then you can always get the website address from my description of my video, and also it's www.mysteryofsirius.com. So nice to talk with you, Taurus, and I'll work with you further if you come to my website, eh? Okay.